Hello, hello, my beauties and bees, and welcome to Cryptic Corner, where we explore the unexplained, the supernatural, paranormal, and hidden, the mysterious, the alien, accursed, and the forbidden. I am your host, the bombastic Bumblebee, and hello, everybody joining me tonight for a bit of a creepy episode, some creepy alien stuff. With me, as you will see in just a moment, as soon as it populates, I have the lovely Hive here, watching this live from the Hive with me, and you can join them as well every Saturday morning as we explore Cryptic Corner together. 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time for my American friends, and we have a fun time generally. It's mostly pretty lighthearted stuff. Every now and then we got a serious topic. Today is kind of one, maybe. It's definitely a mysterious topic because we're going to be exploring the world of the Peruvian face peelers. This is topical. This is headline news. So let's see what we have. All right, so I'm going to be watching it's Chaos Moogle is the person we're going to be watching this with, or talking about this with. So Peru alien attack, UFO invasion, or predictive programming. Now let me know how his audio is as well, okay? Hive, I'm dependent on ya.
Attacking Peru, and it's been caught on tape and all over the news.
What, did I miss something?
Aliens are attacking Peru, and it's been caught on tape and all over the news.
Okay.
This is Telemundo's coverage of the events as they unfolded, with translations in English on the screen.
Los habitantes le disparan a los supuestos seres.
They shoot at the assumption you are as they see.
En medio de la noche. Los vecinos dicen que están aterrorizados. Ellos describieron a los entes como gigantes que miden casi 7 pies de altura y que visten trajes que parecen de astronautas. Vamos a escuchar.
This gentleman here is describing the extraterrestrials as about 7 feet tall and dressed almost like astronauts, with their clothes covering their body and protecting them, presumably from our atmosphere.
Los miembros de la comunidad están haciendo vigilias por las noches para protegerse y tratar de capturar a los supuestos seres
extraterrestrial beings.
Habrían atacado a una joven.
This isn't the first time Peruvians have dealt with this problem, actually capturing the entities on camera in 2018.
So we'll get to some of the descriptions here and see what we think that this could be.
Team, check this out.
This was recorded by one of the villagers in 2018. Not only does their reaction make me feel like this is genuine, but the way that this creature is moving through the trees, and the trees actually hiding it, like it's behind the objects, it's not hyperimposed or superimposed on it. Like, I think this is very authentic. Look how lanky this thing is. Its neck is so thin and long.
I have very little doubt that this is a computer generated, and it's CGI.
This is wild.
This looks CGI to me. The fun thing about CGI, when you have low quality and poor lighting like this, is it gives you a lot of wiggle room for inferred information, right? You don't actually have to try to make an eye. You just have to make a dark space where someone might say, hey, that looks kind of like an eye. You can depend on human brains to piece it together. So you got kind of hang loose with it. Like, you see this heavy pixelation, the pixels on here. I don't know how well that's coming over to you guys, but the pixels are about a centimeter square on my screen. Like, this was taken with a Nokia phone from 2003.
There's also more recent footage that was actually just analyzed. Let's take a look at that, and I'll tell you guys what I think.
This is the original footage from the village that started everything trending recently.
Yeah, so we have, and we're gonna look at this closer. We're gonna look at this closer in a little bit, but this is the video that kind of struck a chord with people, but they're shining it up into the hills, into the trees here, shining a spotlight.
And we have Drew on Twitter to thank for slowing this down and analyzing it. I'll have that linked in the description. Here we have that zoomed in and sharpened video. The problem with the video is that it was taken, you know, on an inferior camera at nighttime.
Yeah.
So its ISO and exposure are horrible to try and
Right.
capture something like this. We can glean a little bit of information from this analysis though, even though
I think you might just say glean, right? But yeah, the ISO and the contrast and everything on this camera is bad, and what they're trying to get is too far away for this camera model to pick up. So it's just getting shape distortions and stuff inside the spotlight, it's capturing stuff that's there, but like the previous video, the quality is so low. I'm not in this one. I don't think there's any kind of CGI going on. I think this is literally just pareidolia. Yeah.
so the quality isn't quite up to par with what we want.
Yeah. So they'll drip down some eyes and stuff in here. It's at 10%
You can see
speed.
what appears to be a creature or an entity peeking out behind a bush or
Right
some
here.
shrubbery. I will try to grab a still and showcase this to you guys. Just a warning, again, it is blurry because the video itself isn't great quality. So me trying to grab a screenshot to point...
I want to make it clear that right now, there's nothing. This is all very amorphous, right? To all of us, to everybody looking at this, it's very amorphous, and we got some looks like some green there. So I do agree that there's some plants there. There's some white in here that the light's hitting, or it might be a lighter gray. Or considering the quality and pixelation, it's hard to say what we're looking at. It's hard to say what this could be. But when this guy is going to show some eyes on it and circle the head and everything, and then all of a sudden an image is going to come out of it, and you're going to say, hey, that's a face. But you'll see this a lot when I used to be in a lot of ghost hunter groups and stuff, that the people will take pictures of like their kids in front of the house or something, and there'll be some amorphous shape in the window, because the ISO is trying to balance that, and there's nothing there. There's nothing really there. It's trying to it's weight going in waves over it, balancing the light, all in just the seconds. From when you push the button, it's doing this. But it's, every pixel on there, it's dropping or raising and lowering the light levels to try to capture whatever's there. And when it's a void like that, it'll some pixels will decide this is a dark place, and some pixels will decide it's a light space, and you'll end up with blurry shapes, and you can make faces out of them. To me, it's a lot like how when you listen to electric voice phenomena, right? Electronic EVPs. When you listen to them, and you can hear nothing, right? And then someone can tell you what they're saying, and then you can listen back and you can hear it. It's because you train your brain to listen for that. Also, this harkens back to the dress with the two colors. Is this dress blue or gray? I think it was, or blue or brown, something like that. Where they compared the colors. Or another audio example is the Laurel and Yanny voice thing. That depending on what you're ears are, what frequencies your ears are listening for, how you hear it.
Laurel, 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 laurel.
It's very cool. Very cool stuff. My amorphous butthole. My butthole is amorphous. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Point out what is being seen. Again, it's not going to be the best quality, but let's check it out. So this is what we get with the enhancement. It's blurry, so a lot of people are making more of it than I think it actually is.
Right.
I think the bulk of this image is actually shrubbery, where you're going to see the head pop out behind, like right here. I definitely think that this is something peeking from behind the bushes of the shrubbery that are behind those phone wires up there. You can actually even see the eyes. Check this out. This is what I think.
Yeah,
That's
there
how
you
I
go.
piloted it. I see a big head and those big old almond-shaped eyes kind of partially obscured behind something.
See, the dark spaces become eyes, and then, yeah, he even put a little nose on there. Look at that. He put a little dot for a nose, even though there's nothing there that represents a nose. Maybe he's talking that that brighter patch is... I don't know.
What do you guys think? This is what that original image of the enhanced video looks like. Are y'all seeing what I'm seeing there? I'm gonna replay the original video with some zoom and no edits for you guys to see if you guys see it as well. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Now, these aren't the only entities invading Peru.
They had to slow that way the heck down. Did you see how slow that was going in order for us to see the alleged eyes and face and all that? So slow. My water bottle's already almost gone. When you hear shrubbery, I hear Holy Grail.
With reports of even light beings being caught on camera.
As of right now, more and more information is being released about the mysterious entities that were sighted in Peru. Oddly enough, since the topic has been trending, locals have been posting...
Now that, I don't know if this has anything to do with the actual sighting. That's pretty cool, though. It's like a light being. There's the head, and I mean, this is very clearly made. I don't know if they're trying to push this as something real. It's too, the edges are too sharp for it to be real. It'd have to, well, I don't know. With some practical effect tricks or something. I don't know if you could pull this off or not, but I think it's Photoshop.
posting photographs of the alleged creatures, with some describing them as giving off bright lights, while others have said that they have big heads with large eyes.
What I love most about this picture is that not only is it a great shot, but it actually showcases a lot of the alleged characteristics of these.
Yeah, and there's a very thin neck here. Very thin. So getting closer up like this, I can see like the head's not a circle though. Like it goes like this, and then down to this tiny neck. But there's like a bulge right here. Some kind of bulge. And it has skinny arms.
Entities. We're seeing a bright light, we're seeing a big head, and we can assume big eyes on a big head.
Do you think this is genuine, guys? Nikki's in there. Nikki, you're used to looking at blurry, out of focus pictures. Maybe like if you had a white cutout and put like here on the midsection, right here, some kind of light pointed towards the camera, and this was all white. I wonder if you could mimic this effect. But there's light barring here too, which makes me think there's light coming from two directions. Which might explain how sharp the edges are on this. If you have light cutting two ways, making sharp shadows. And yeah, I don't know though, because it's blurry down here where the light would actually be crossing paths too.
To investigate.
Now, what makes this entire story more credible is the fact that, yet again, the media is on a disinformation campaign.
With outlets claiming that the 7-foot-tall aliens are actually a gold mining gang on jetpacks.
I don't believe that for a second.
This image of a young lady holding up a photo of a...
I don't for a second believe that this is a gold mining operation with jetpacks. Jetpacks cost from $150,000 to $300,000 generally. It's like military grade equipment, right? Especially what she's showing here. And I don't for a second accept that that a South American gold mining gang is out there with jetpacks scooting around. This guy's going to misunderstand what this is about, though. So let's back it up.
The outlets using this image of a young lady holding up a photo of a person on a jetpack saying that this is what attacked them. However, a quick reverse search of this image shows you that is actually a flipped screenshot from this particular video. What's more is that they actually left the metadata included.
I think you're confused, sir. I think that what this is supposed to be is this little girl found a picture of what she saw on her phone. She looked up and tried to find something close to what she saw and picked this image as what was closest to what was witnessed. I think that you're confused and you think that she's trying to push this as a picture she actually took of the entity, when no, it's not a picture she's supposed to have taken of the entity. But it's like when someone shows another person a coloring book picture of a dinosaur in the Congo, and they're like, "Yep, that's what lives out here." To the evangelicals, you know how the natives like to do that to them and send them out into the wild searching for Mokili Mimbi and all that. It's the same thing. She's showing saying, hey, this is a representation of what we saw.
On the image that they use in the article, and photos that we take on our phone do not usually include metadata like this. This is a post.
The strange part about this movement in misinformation is that they're also using evidence, that it's not aliens, with pictures of creatures that are not 7 to 10 feet tall, like the people are describing, and pictures that absolutely contradict the video evidence we already have. With censorship going...
So your drawings and stuff that you made on the image doesn't match the witnesses, what they claim to have seen either. All the witnesses talk about looking like giant armored soldiers, more like Predator than gray aliens, right? They don't, they're supposed to be, like in spacesuits. They compared it to the Green Goblin on his Goblin glider from Spider-Man, 2001. So yeah, that's not what the claim is.
As far as completely shutting down 4chan and blocking this image, according to ed_gill_84. Check it out.
Posted something a couple of days ago about an alien picture that shut down 4chan, and that it was gone, and the only picture was one that was somehow encrypted.
And this doesn't look like the description either. There's no armor, right? And it does have the long neck like this guy likes, though. He's really into these long necks.
Blurred.
Personally, I do not use 4chan, but I saw all over Twitter and Reddit. This is accurate. 4chan was shut down for a while for some image that needed to be cleaned up, and it turns out this really was the image.
Legit or not, for me, just the efforts of what happened after it was posted is enough for me.
That I agree with. Like, what entire platform is going to shut down for one picture?
All of these things, I'm not going to roll it out and sit there and say, oh my God, I'm not going to do that. Now, if you want to argue on whether or not it's a reptilian, hey, well, you know what? We can go back and forth on that, because honestly, I'm not really convinced it's a reptilian, but I've never seen a reptilian, so I don't really know what the hell a reptilian looks like.
Yeah, as far as this being a reptilian, there's not enough. So let's go over what a reptile is. So it doesn't just mean scaly skin, right? There's the most important thing about being a reptile is your metabolism, which would be cold-blooded, right? Now, an upright posture like this is not a positive trait for something that needs to get to absorb heat from the environment, right? You don't want to be straight up to the sun. You want to have as much of your body exposed to the sun as possible if you're a reptile. So bipedal reptiles will still be their posture will still be horizontal, right? They'll still carry their weight at their hips and will have a tail to counterbalance if they're a cold-blooded reptile. Now, there are warm-blooded reptiles. Birds are warm-blooded reptiles. Dinosaurs were mostly warm-blooded reptiles as far as we know. And we see moving from being ectothermic to endothermic, the loss of or the changes of the requirements of the physiology, right? When everything was mostly cold-blooded, you have big sails. You still have sails today on modern reptiles, right? But more like you think of like the Permian, for instance, especially at the start of the Permian, all the tetrapods that were crawling around all had big sails to regulate temperature. And reptiles never really did move away from that model, right? What we think of as reptiles, they have the three-chambered hearts and all that, or two-chambered hearts. I think crocodilians have like a third chamber, something like that. Or is that varanids have the third chamber? Anyway, there's a lot of thermoregulation stuff that would make a reptile not move to an upright posture. So that's my thing. That's my rant about reptilians.
I agree that it does not look like what we would consider to be a reptilian. However, to me, it looks less extraterrestrial and more like in or somewhere hidden on the planet, because its neck looks almost like a tree trunk.
Yeah, and
It's Groot. That's Groot, guys. It does have big doe eyes like Groot.
Is the picture that caused 4chan to actually get shut down.
Some media outlets are going as far as using this promotional campaign for the predictive programming movie Jules and claiming that it's one of the aliens that they're seeing in Peru. Again, it's not. This is just a campaign for a movie.
What? That?
Don't tell us. And we will be talking more about that movie and predictive programming soon.
But so the idea is that they're predictive programming, that they're trying to get us used to the concept of aliens among us. But the thing is, it seems like more like they're trying to program us to be afraid of them than trying to program us to be accepting of them. Moving the wrong direction, really, as far as what we would expect from our government trying to program us to the acceptance of the idea of aliens. Seems like more like they may be trying to program us to the acceptance of kill them all and let God sort them out to the aliens, because at least in the U.S. where we're currently being run by an evangelical theocracy.
All in all, the alien attack in Peru has been wild, and in my opinion, for the government.
Are you talking about perennial sunning still, Al? Yeah, I hung out with Al for the first time ever a couple days ago at Embers, right? And I didn't even catch Al's thick Canadian accent. I thought maybe he was from the upper Midwest, but because, accents, I guess, don't. When you live where I live in the upper Midwest, I live in like the mid-Midwest. The upper Midwest is just like an hour drive north, and the southern Midwest is about an hour, 2 hours south. So there's southern accents down there, and there's almost Canadian accents an hour north. So I don't hear them too much. It just all comes natural to me. Now, my natural accent, like I grew up with, it sounds more southern. I don't use, I specifically break myself from using it. Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Because you were talking about snapping turtles. I don't even, it doesn't even, Canada doesn't even come into my head when I think about giant snapping turtles, but it makes sense because there's so many lakes up there. Of course, snapping turtles are going to thrive. As a matter of fact, I think I saw a video of a snapping turtle eating a porcupine. And it had to be, it was either in Canada or somewhere in the upper Midwest. But I'm off track now, talking about all kinds of side quests and things like that. Let's get back to the Peruvian aliens, Al. We will pick up on snapping turtles soon, I promise. I love snapping turtles. So if you have videos or pictures of snapping turtles out there, send them to me.
Government and for the people trying to keep a secret, it's been a debacle. I mean, literally right after we started getting this video evidence and footage, we started getting this insane misinformation campaign. I mean, the first video I showed you guys with that creature walking through the woods or the forest,
again, that was from 2018, right? That's years ago. He's linking that together just because it's from the same country. And again, I think that one looks like it's a CGI.
This is not a miner in jetpack. Like that doesn't even make sense to me. So something big is happening in Peru. It makes me even feel that this is one of the.
Oh, you can't hate them, Tsunami. They're just doing their thing. It's just like, I know you love great white sharks. I know you do. I've heard you, or not heard you, but I've seen you say it in the side chat. Great white sharks will eat baby birds too. They'll eat baby seals. But we have to. It's a circle of life. There's frogs that they'll eat baby birds too. They eat little baby ducks. Big bullfrogs will, and the giant water bugs will eat baby turtles.
The ships or these beings that are not actually extraterrestrials and they're our creations, the biological robotics that I believe it was Greer talked about, because Greer mentioned that.
Oh, Stephen Greer. The Hive knows about Stephen Greer. We've covered him at length previously on this very show. E3 meditation or whatever. I did that. I actually did that. It's been almost 2 years ago now. I did it with my ex-wife. We did the meditation thing that Stephen Greer with Stephen Greer talking us through it, and we couldn't stop laughing at some of the stuff that he was saying in the meditation. It was so silly. I think that was with Mr. Bear. Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind. Let me drop that link in the side chat. This has been from a long time ago. I think this was this back when I was still presenting masculine? Nope, it's not. It was very early in my transition though. So y'all want to see what I looked like right out of the egg? Also, it's in this video. So here, let me drop that in the side chat. And also, there's Mr. Bear's the bomb. Mr. Bear was the one who did that episode with me, and again, Mr. Bear is like, do I have his? Yeah, I have his channel too. Let me drop that as well. Because when we bring up Stephen Greer, I have to plug stuff I've done in the past. And Mr. Bear was the one who helped me through that. So there's that as well. All right. I'm going to play this for a minute. I'm going to go grab another bottle of water because this one's gone. My coffee's super bitter and I need to hydrate. So I'll be right back. I'm going to play this guy talking while I'm gone.
There are aliens, there are UFOs, but a lot of the abductions and the bad things that happen to people are actually our re-engineered ships with our scientists, and I don't mean just U.S., I mean the whole Earth, our scientists and our crazy people that are power hungry, kidnapping people and trying to instill the fear of an alien invasion so that they can fake an alien invasion and bring the world together. Now that falls into a whole different conspiracy, but I can definitely see it, as people that have had real contact with real entities tend to say that they are peaceful and kind, not attacking villages. I don't know, the entire thing to me.
That's, again, that's the, you say people say they're gentle and kind. That's the Stephen Greer message, though. That's not the general message about abductee experiences. Many of them experience like an invasive medical exam. A non-voluntary invasive medical exam is the majority of extraterrestrial encounter reports. They're not peaceful, right? Most people experience it like their probing is not just a meme. That's actually what people report. That's why it became a meme. So the idea that everybody else is saying they're benign, but these guys, no, only Stephen Greer is insistent that they're benign.
Me smells very fishy, and I wish that I could just travel to Peru and see what's going on, but I also don't want to get eaten by an alien or fake alien, so I don't know, who knows. I'm sure you guys have seen the face peel video, which I can't post on here because I don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, as I was just banned from posting.
I did watch the face peel video, and just to give you guys, I'm not going to show it either, but it is, I might share it on Twitter, though. It's because it's on Twitter. But it's actually, if you look into the history of what it is cartel shit. It is someone getting their face held into the water, letting piranhas eat their face. And then they you know, I don't know if they did it with the person in a pool or in a tank, or if they actually did it in the wild, but however they did it, they let the piranhas eat this guy's face clean and then threw his body out. And it's the videos of the body being discovered. It's pretty gross and pretty graphic. So just to give you guys an idea, I didn't show it, but I described it. So hopefully you understand what it looked like.
Posting for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. But that is something else that's circulating on Twitter. I'll have it linked in the description, and they're connecting it to the alien attack. I don't know. I feel like it could also be some like gangster mob type thing going on, because it looks gross and it looks insane. But as per usual,
it's like a skeleton head or skeleton face on a human body. It's insane. Piranhas are incredibly voracious killers.
I don't know what you guys think. Please let me know in the comments. Sorry I've been gone so long. I've been dealing with YouTube. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I will get right back to you, and there'll be more videos coming soon. I'll see you next time.
Yeah, it's graphic. If you can stomach it, I don't know. I'm not going to drop a link to it here. I don't want someone to accidentally click on it. But yeah, the thing that I will share though is, we'll do this one.
Ahí está. Estamos bien.
Ahí, dale,
Dale, camina.
Vete, de su huerta, vecino. Vete.
Ahí está. Estamos bien.
Ahí, dale,
Dale, camina.
Vete, de su huerta,
I don't know, guys. What do you think? This right here pops his little head up. sounds very eerie when they slow it down like that. Let's do, there we go. There you go. Okay. This frame here. I do see black spaces. Now, for an organism to have night vision, to be able to see in the dark, generally you want to reflect, you know, there'd be some reflection. That's why night animals, why organisms, even like deer and stuff, why you see their eyes in the headlights. These spaces are absorbing light. They're just soaking it right up. Not organic in the way, not an organic way to take in light. They think that criticism for what it's worth, but shining a spotlight on it, if these are actually eyes, they're not eyes that have night vision. They're not eyes that can see in the dark. As far as any eye structure that we know, as far as camera eyes go, they would reflect the light back. Even animals that, like I said, cows and things like that have enough reflection in their eyes to reflect it back. Now, apes don't. So, I mean, it could be a person or, I mean, another ape, but there aren't any other apes in Peru unless something escaped. But it certainly doesn't look like a person or an ape. You know. Yeah, just filming anything, like Tsunami says right now. I feel like you could film any obscure shit at night, in night vision, and it would look mysterious. You could film a left nut up close and convince TikTok that it's some being from another planet. You are so adorable. Why you gotta be in here cracking jokes and making me giggle like a chipmunk? Yeah, and Brian Stevens has a point that ape eyes, generally, if they do show any reflection of light, it's going to be a red light. These eyes were not reflecting any light at all. Alleged eyes, because we don't know. Anyway, so that was that. I had another one that I was going to go over, but I don't know, let's give him a second.
Have crashed craft stated earlier. Do we have the bodies of the pilots who piloted this craft?
As I've stated publicly already in my News Nation interview, biologics came with some of these recoveries. Yeah.
The events, a lot of the events that are being reported are true. We have video of the authorities showing up. We have video of the villagers running out into the jungle shooting at something, okay? But after the investigation...
There really was something out there. I mean, I don't have any doubt at all that there was some kind of engagement going on, right? I don't think that it was like a whole thing was a hoax.
What they come out with is they say...
And I don't doubt that these people, these villagers, were scared. Sounds scary, like a scary experience.
What's up, Mob Crew? I'm Chris. In today's video, we're going to be going over what is known as the Peruvian alien attacks. A tribe of about 1,300...
Nope, Peruvian face peelers. Don't try to change it to alien attacks. Peruvian face peelers sounds so much cooler. I'm calling my video Peruvian Space Peeler. You do whatever you want. Shocking truth about Peruvian alien attacks. See how far that gets you. We're gonna give these entities a specific name so that it peaks up. We're gonna put a hashtag face peelers and stuff like that. Dude, get with the program.
100 people were being attacked by an unknown entity, which caused the local military to come to their aid. Supposedly, they uncovered what was actually going on, and the truth is just as bizarre. We will be breaking down what is supposedly going on and the latest details in today's video.
Yeah, this is a mob something.
Welcome back to the channel, everybody, where we cover true crime, mystery to the missing. Sometime back in mid-July of this year, a tribe that lives around the town of San Antonio in Peru, that consists of about 1,300 people, started being terrorized almost every night from what the villagers claim are creatures known as Los Pelicares, which means the face peelers. Eventually, this story and videos made international headlines, which apparently shows the villagers being attacked by what they believed to be 7-foot-tall aliens that were bulletproof and had some kind of disc on their feet that allowed them to hover and fly away. I'm going to play a clip of that event where the villagers are going on the offensive, and what you're about to see is apparently no hoax.
Gente, cállate. Hay que tener bastante cuidado.
Here we go.
Ahí está, ahí está. Ya creo que la encontraste al pie de la cara. Ahorita ya la encontré por allá, está un montón de gente, ve. Por ahí, por allá.
There it is.
Ahí está.
I see it. Over there.
Cuidado.
There it is. Go after it. Be careful. Gunfire. Follow him. Be careful. Over there. Over there. Get him. See its face. Be careful. Look at it. Catch him. Be careful. Where is it? Flew away. Did it leave? Is it gone? Chase it. Yeah.
Oh, ya se ha elevado, ya dice. Ya se ha elevado. Ya se alarga, vuela, escucho, pues no puede hacer nada. Puta madre, ¿cómo vamos a hacer ahora?
Yeah, I heard punta, so I know he's cursing.
Vuela, puta madre, a ver qué hacemos. Vamos a hacer, puta madre. Es que llama a la policía, al ejército, para que nos vengan a apoyar. Vamos a ver cómo está la familia allá. Esa es lo que le das volar.
Los niños, mira, se ven, los niños no duermen, están ahí las madres desvelando, señores. Son extraterrestres estos señores, son vestidos con blindados, todo tipo del hombre verde que parecía el hombre araña, igualitos, son señores. Yo les valió 2 veces y no caen, en vez de que caen se elevan y se desaparecen, señores. ¿Cómo ellos visten sus uniformes, no? Ellos visten un uniforme así, todo una máscara completa como el hombre verde, pero el color es plateado. Llevan en sus zapatos, tienen así como una forma redonda, como un platillo, que de ahí se eleva esos andan.
It was on a hoverboard.
The guy in the yellow shirt is claiming that he came face to face with this unknown entity, where he engaged it by shooting at it, but apparently his bullets had no effect and it just flew away. He described
it flew away on a hoverboard. Leave out the hoverboard.
It as like the villain from Spider-Man, the Green Goblin, that has predator-like capabilities. Here's another short clip taken from another night where apparently you can actually see some kind of alien or unknown entity in the distance.
Discuss the eyes on this thing.
Ahí, dale, vete, de su huerta, de su huerta.
De su huerta,
vecino.
What's even more bizarre is this is not the only place in South America that this is happening. Apparently there have been reports in Brazil of sightings of things coming from the sky, following people. Here is a reporter interviewing some locals who were chased by something that came out of the sky.
Próximo à casa do meu amigo Márcio, como eu vinha na garupa, eu sentia aquele clarão nas minhas costas. Aquele clarão muito branco, muito forte do céu descendo. Acontece que a gente foi com muito medo e aquela luz seguiu a gente mais ou menos uns 300 metros antes de chegar na...
Chased by a fireball is what they're talking about.
So what the heck is actually going on? As these locals claim they have suffered injuries and more by these entities and had to get militaries.
Are the injuries from the entities though, or are they from running around in the dark with guns chasing after the entities? Because those are not the same. Those are not the same thing, right?
Involvement. Even this story made international headlines, as this didn't seem like some hoax made up by a large group of villagers. You can clearly tell these poor people are being terrorized by something or someone. Of course, after this hit major headlines, many people had different theories as to what was actually going on.
We know
from
Timothy.
The cartel to some kind of black ops operation to an actual alien attack. So apparently after the local military got involved, an article...
A black ops operator. Activity in Iquitos has taken an unprecedented turn. According to the prosecutor's office, criminal organizations would be responsible for several attacks on the residents of San Antonio de Pintuaca community of the Iquitu tribe and would have been using disguises to imitate strange beings or aliens with the purpose of generating terror. These accusations... the accusation has been confirmed by various complaints from the community of the Alto Nene district of Iquitos. The residents repeatedly reported appearance of strange beings, which specialized prosecutor for environmental matters now attributes to the activity of illegal miners. Yeah, but not on jetpacks, right? So this is like a Scooby-Doo thing they're talking about. Like they're Scooby-Dooing these villagers is the claim.
Came out claiming that this was the result of illegal miners who were after gold in certain parts of the Amazon jungle. Apparently these miners are using modern technology and scare tactics to drive these villagers from their territories.
This has happened before. Miners will go in and try to scare the wits out of villagers by pretending to look like aliens, etc. Ben Hansen is an expert. He's like one of the best UFO investigators out there, and he was one of the first people to throw cold water.
A lot of the events that are being reported are true. We have video of the authorities showing up. We have video of the villagers running out into the jungle shooting at something, okay?
But what's interesting is there's no reports of any arrests that I can find. What I would like to know, if this was actually the cause, what in the heck are these so-called illegal miners using to scare these poor people? Are they actually flying around on jetpacks with bulletproof vests? Are they using drones with some kind of scary costume?
That would be my guess, that there's some kind of drones like that, yes. But without not the chains and skulls and stuff. But
sadly, this is where the sound of aliens seems more plausible than miners flying around on jetpacks. Even some...
Yeah, but miners with drones is completely reasonable. Well, if there's shade, people be using drones to pull pranks on people and scare them for decades now.
On Reddit sums it up great. In my opinion, whatever is going on in this village, it is no hoax, as it seems these people are actually going through some kind of crazy event, whether it's aliens or something else. Unless they come forward to show how these so-called miners pulled this off for 2 weeks straight without being caught, I think I'm on the fence with this one. Since this story broke, there still continues to be.
See, and why are you showing pictures from Brazil, or the video from Brazil again? This has nothing to do with
South America. And if there are any major updates, I will do another video. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Please let me know your thoughts about this crazy story.
Yeah, so now before we wrap up Cryptic Corner, as I like to do, let's visit the village of San Antonio, Peru. Pretty industrialized little village, it looks like. Hillsides are covered with foliage. Plants look like it looks like an arid environment for the most part. It does look like it's warm enough for tropical plants to flourish here as well, though. So, come on, get me back out in the road. I guess this is Land's End here. So, you can see it's, you know, it's an industrialized little town, but it's not far from the country and from the hills. Peru is pretty montane, and some places are more developed than others, as you can see. Got lots of cover for people to hide in, pulling nonsense pranks. I got some lions up on top of that building there. Yeah, and if you want to see where it's located at, let's spin you around. Oh, there you go. So this is on south of Lima, and on the Pacific coast. So, yeah, just a quaint little village, San Antonio, Peru. Right here. The township proper is everything within this box, right? So, yeah, that's what we're looking at. That is what we are looking at. So, what do you all think about the face peelers? About the Peruvian face peelers? What do you all think? Are they aliens? Are they miners with jetpacks doing a Scooby-Doo? Or is it somebody pulling a prank with some drones and some silly costumes? It'd be certainly dangerous to go do that in this. I mean, they were shooting. There was gunfire. Whoever's doing this is getting shot at. You have to be pretty committed to that gold mining operation to take some bullets. And especially if you're flying around in a $100,000 jetpack or hovercraft thing, 100,000, 300,000 or more. Yeah. All right. So that was Cryptic Corner for this evening. Thank you so much for joining me, and let me know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up, and yeah, if you found this interesting, tune in next time. Maybe come in here tomorrow morning for Live from the Hive, Saturday morning at 9:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I will see you there. Please remember to be kind, take care, and we'll see you next time.
Ladies and gentlemen, as the Commander-in-Chief of the United States Joint Forces, I am here today to inform you that a number of unidentified flying objects have appeared over many parts of our country. Though their exact origin remains to be fully determined, the FBI has informed me that it is very likely that these are visitors of extraterrestrial nature. I advise the American people to remain calm, not fall into panic, and wait for further announcements. We shall overcome this threat with confidence and vigilance. May God protect our souls.